So howdy folks, I'm riding home from work today. Thought I'd give you a little bit of a video. I was talking with some people today about my work friend Wanda, who is recovering from a stroke, and she's like my sister, my work sister. And it's been difficult. I talked to her today, and she sounds okay. She sounds like her, but she sounds sad. Wouldn't you be? I know I would be. And for somebody so tough and unstoppable and full of life and energy, it's got to be a difficult adjustment for her to not be able to do whatever she wants, whenever she wants. Imagine if you had to go from being Superman to Nothing Man, you know, mere mortal. Well, kind of like when in that movie when he did. He gave up his powers and wasn't too happy about it. So that's the situation with her. And it makes you think, you know, how deeply bound up your identity can be with what you do or how you see yourself in certain ways. Like, you know, she's always been a very active person, a very helpful person, and now she's not going to be able to be as much of either one of those things, and that's got to be a huge adjustment. And so I was thinking, like, for me in my job, how much of my identity is bound up in my job. You know, they always say you're not your job, and I really am not my job. I teach, yeah, and I work as an administrator, sort of, at a community college, yeah, but that's not my identity. It's not who I am. It's what I do, and I love what I do. Don't get me wrong. I'm very lucky. How many people do stuff they hate? I love what I do. But I don't see myself as that and nothing more. Or riding a motorcycle. I ride a motorcycle. And, you know, I like the biker lifestyle in as much as I do it, which is, you know, I ride a motorcycle and I wear motorcycle stuff, such as my wallet chain, and I use that because, you know, I don't want my wallet falling out of my pocket, getting lost on the road. And it also helps with the Alzheimer's effect there, because I'm always forgetting stuff, so it's attached to me. It's great. But I was at the store the other day, and a guy sees my Harley shirt. I had a Harley-Davidson t-shirt because I like them, I collect them. And he says, so do you actually have a Harley or just the shirt? I'm like, I actually have a Harley. And then he said, oh, well, what kind do you have? So, well, I got the kind that looks like a giant sofa on wheels. Oh, you have an Ultra? I said, yeah, it's an Ultra Limited. Oh, well, that's fantastic. And so we got to talking. So I guess I look like a biker, but I'm not, that's not who I am. I'm not a biker. I'm a guy who rides a bike. I'm a guy who teaches. I'm a guy who works at a community college. I like to watch science fiction. Does that make me all that? No. I'm not all of any of those things. I'm some of all of them and all of none of them. I'm just a dude who does stuff. And I don't know if that's good or bad. It works for me. But I could imagine that if I saw myself as Professor Mike, and then I couldn't teach anymore for some reason, what a blow that would be. Or if I saw myself as Biker Mike, and all of a sudden I couldn't ride anymore, what a blow that would be. I mean, it would be a blow anyway to not be a professor, to not be able to ride a motorcycle. It would be a blow anyway, but if your entire identity is bound up in it, whew, it would be 10 times worse. So I don't think it's right or wrong to associate your identity with what you do. I don't think it's wrong necessarily. I just think of how difficult it must be if and or when you lose that central defining characteristic, how you adjust to it. And you can adjust. Life is nothing but adjusting, right? So if I didn't have the teaching thing anymore, I would have to figure out something else. If I didn't have the motorcycle anymore for some reason, or couldn't ride anymore, I'd have to think of something else. When I broke my leg in 2010, I wasn't really able to be as physically active as I used to be. I wasn't able to maintain the strength levels that I was used to, and the activity level. And I had really prided myself on my ability to walk fast. I could beat anybody. But then I lost that ability, and that was hard. It took me years to get comfortable, to accept it, really. It's hard. It's a big change. But if my entire identity were bound up in it, that'd be really hard. And I think age does that to you too. Age slowly kind of makes you change your identity, because you can't be what you once were. If you were an NFL star, you can't be an NFL star after the age of 40, pretty much. Hell, not even after the age of 35 in some cases, depending on what position you play. Or if you're going to be a bodybuilder, I mean, that stuff has a limited lifespan. Or a model, a runway model, that has a limited lifespan. You're going to have to change at some point. So age forces you to do it too. And I don't know what any of all this means. Let me just ask you, do you see yourself as a thing? Are you identified, or do you see yourself as being what you do, or what you like to do? Are you a biker? Are you a lawyer? Are you a salesman? Are you a father? A mother? Whatever. Or do you see yourself as a person who does these things? That's how I see myself. I'm a person who does these things and enjoys doing them. All right, this is Mike Haley 7. Hope you're well. We'll talk to you later.